Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How are you all doing? Welcome back to some more Hearts of Iron 4 here today on the channel. We're back on La Resistance DLC, playing as Germany. This is episode 4. In today's episode, we're going to be declaring war upon Belgium and pushing around the Maginot Line into Paris, into France. So, if you like the sound of that, feel free to leave the video a like, subscribe if you're new around here with notifications on, let me know in the comments feedback and suggestions for the series thus far, and where you'd like me to expand and conquer. Gotta say a huge shout out to Paradox Interactive for sending me an early access code of La Resistance and making this Let's Play possible. So a huge thank you to them and their community manager. It's the 28th of February 1940. In the last episode we managed to take Czechoslovakia and Poland. We signed the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, and we have a non-aggression pact with the Soviet Union. I currently have 173 active German divisions in duty, and we have 2,557 battalions. We currently have how many armies here? We've got 3 armies here, I'd say. 2 made up of 24, 1 of 17, and they're going to be striking into Belgium. We've got 24 divisions on the Maginot Line just to hold and sort of hold up these divisions, not necessarily push. And then in the south, look, I think we'll make an aggressive stance further down here. We've also got another 2 divisions dealing with the problems in Yugoslavia. In 1938, the Italians declared war upon the Greeks, starting the World War incredibly early on. We were actually technically at war with France and the UK before we had taken Czechoslovakia and Poland. So, looking at how the world is sort of shaping up, the Allies control Greece, they've knocked out our allies Bulgaria, and they have a lot of Yugoslavia. We have a lot of divisions here, not necessarily pushing, just holding. Spain has joined the Comintern. There's been a Hispanic alliance formed, although I did a lot to get a Mexican, fascist Mexico in charge. Unfortunately, I haven't joined the Axis, and they've gone and made their own faction. They're going to invite Brazil. So, as much as I would have liked them to join the Axis, I do respect them creating their own Hispanic alliance. So, a strong fascist Central and South America looks like it could be the play. Venezuela, Peru are currently involved as well. The Chinese United Front is still holding out against the Japanese in their Great East Asian co-prosperity sphere. And we're going to be dealing with Belgium and the Allies. We still need to eliminate France and the UK to defeat the Allies. The United States is still... support Rock Island, yeah. So they do have a war deck against Japan if they wanted to push it, because they sunk USS Panay, but it doesn't look like they're going to push it. Spain has joined the Comintern, even though they're technically democratic, I believe. Yes, they are still a democratic nation, which is interesting. Intelligence agency wise, we probably can develop another operation. We've nearly fully upgraded our cryptology department, so let's continue to finish that off. I currently have my agents doing counter what's the exact, it's like counter suppression stuff. So what is it exactly? Yeah, we're rooting out anti-partisans. That's what we're getting. We're getting control of the recently conquered territory in Czechoslovakia and Poland. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to annex this because just due to the World War erupting, we weren't able to instantly annex Czechoslovakia and Poland or puppet them, or we didn't even have that choice. The decision's been made for us, and we're already dealing with anti-partisans. But seeing that's actually gone down quite a bit, which is fantastic. That was up to like 26. Sometimes 30%. We've got brutal oppression going on, and we've also got our agents rooting out any partisans, which is really good. We might have to reallocate them to France because, well, that's what this DLC is all about. We need to root out these partisans. We can't allow our German boys to get sniped from the mountains. So, without further ado, let's declare war upon Belgium. We've gone through around the Maginot Line. We've bypassed war with France. and we've signed the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact as well. So let's straight up declare war upon Belgium now. And war has been declared. So we'll get everyone to push aggressively. And I'll go down each. So you can push down in Italy, that's fine. You can hold the Maginot Line. I don't want to push in Yugoslavia, but these divisions can push as well. We've got our other army in the north defending from any amphibious or naval attacks, and we'll hold there as well. Alrighty, let's unpause and push against Belgium. So now Belgium has joined the Allies, so we can push further south. Okay, so there's a little bit... Oh, there's some good aggression here. We're doing alright. We're still fighting in the forests of Belgium. Some of those bloody and costly fighting of all of World War II. And it looks like we've entered Belgium. And that's the start of the fall of France. So if we can quickly seize and take Belgium, the quicker, the better. Then we'll push down into France. So we could push over the Maginot Line now because they are starting to reallocate some of their forces. I think we should put some pressure on the Maginot Line. Japan declares war upon the Dutch East Indies. Oh no. Okay. Oh, but it does look like... Oh, they're moving their forces... No? A lot of them are tied down there. Oh, we're actually pushing really hard in southern France here. We haven't even gone around... We haven't taken the entirety of Belgium just yet. And we're putting a lot... Yeah. Look at this. There's actually French and colonial forces coming in there to help. Oh, and Belgium has capitulated. Huzzah! Machine-assisted encrypting is done, and Belgium is nearly under the control of the Germans. And this push is really working well in the south. It's because they've committed so many troops into Yugoslavia. Oh man, I need to reorganize this a lot. Okay, Japan has declared war upon the Dutch East Indies, so I might have to actually reallocate some of my forces back further north. So, let's see what we're working with here. We might need to reorganize this nightmare of a couple of front lines. There's some more there as well. So, surely all out... Yep, so they're all gone. So, let's make a front line there. And you can push for the back end there. Okay. You can do the same on the other side. The quicker we can capitulate the French, the better. Okay, and we've got 17 units here. I fear war from the Dutch, so I'm surprised they're not even in, to be honest. Especially with that war with the Dutch East Indies, because they're probably going to call us in, the Japanese. So that can be redirected now. Okay, so pressure in Yugoslavia. Should we go about it? Maybe not. Okay, what's happening further in the south here? We've actually encircled a lot. Basically, what's happened is the entire Italian army has seen my aggressive push in Blitzkrieg and thought, you know what, this is a chance to regain that Italian territory that they lost. Because, yeah, look at this. Most of it is actually my forces there holding that choke point, which is really interesting. And they need to be pushed further south, at least to Zagreb, no less. Now that we've taken Belgium, we might have to do some partisan stuff already, because they've capitulated. So let's go with brutal oppression for now. And we probably can at least move some of my spies away. So if I can cancel that and root out resistance in Belgium, we'll send you there, because we're going to have problems more so towards the French border and Belgium soon. Okay, let's unpause and continue the war effort. So we're still struggling to push over the Maginot Line, even though we won't be able to go directly over it. Holding and tying down these French units from convalescing and getting further back up is better. And Belgium's now fallen, and Paris looks like it's going to be... The Soviet Union has declared war upon Finland. Good. Even though that we signed the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, there is still a chance that they could still focus us, which is what I was sort of frightened for. But it looks like they're going after Finland, which is fantastic. Okay, the south is now pushing. Oh, we had a really good aggressive push, but the Italians look like they're going back and forth a bit. Okay. Oh, it's calculating. Has Paris fallen? to the German Reich? Yay, and it has! Triumphant in France. Victory in France is nearly complete. The French government has asked for an armistice, and our diplomats have prepared terms which they have agreed to. They will retain control of southern France, or we are free to occupy the rest. So this is a pretty big option here. We can establish Vichy France, or we can conquer all. Now, we've got a couple of options here. Now, in the vanilla base game, you are better off establishing Vichy France for a couple of reasons. This is the pros and cons. So, in the north, you control most of the factories, you control Paris, most of the decent regions. Vichy France occupies the south. They also, when you do that, they gain control of most of the African French territories as well, along with the French Navy. And especially since we're playing on vanilla, we're not playing with any mods, we will need that French Navy to help us to declare war upon Britain and actually naval invade that. So I am more inclined to do that. Obviously, if you're using mods, like Instant War and stuff, you might want to try and take all the territory for yourself. You do get way more military and civilian factories. And who does not like painting the map a sort of grey, dark German colour? So we will establish Vichy France, and we'll allow that to calculate. Our offer of guarantee independence for Vichy France was accepted. The fall of Paris. While fighting still rages elsewhere in Free France, reports have come in of our German troops entering Paris. Another victory for the Vaterland. Fantastic. And we've got a hell of a lot of equipment. France has now capitulated. So, as you can see now, Vichy France is here. We should be able to eventually invite them to the Axis. So that's a massive change here in Europe. So now what we could do, we could refocus our attention to the war in the Balkans. And Vichy France, as you can see, has taken a lot of the African territory back here. There was actually a lot of conflict between the Italians and such. So Egypt, Vichy France seem to be the major players and holders of Africa. 16th of April 1940, and the French have capitulated. So now I need to make a decision to where to reallocate my military forces. Actually, before I reallocate my forces, I need to do intelligence stuff. So let's have a look. So, Free France, we'll go with brutal, and we'll move one of our guys out of Poland. I think that's the play. So, what is it now anyway? Yeah, because we've only got 4. Free France, Czechoslovakia, Poland. So Czechoslovakia seem to be the guy. The Czechs seem to be more of the problem, because there's so many of them. Poland, not as much there. So we'll move you and we'll reallocate you to Paris. The quicker we can occupy this territory, the better. The reason why we're so stretched is because the Italians drag it into that war. Normally you'd be able to occupy Puppet, or sometimes even Czechoslovakia even submit to you. You don't have to fight them all the time. Just because the war erupted, we were forced into a direct military conflict with them, and we haven't been able to annex Poland fully. So we are a little bit stretched in this, but no matter. So stats-wise, looking at the global tension, it's now 100, the German-British war. We've lost 776k Germans, 1.7 million Axis forces to the Allies, 1.4. All we need to defeat the Allied forces now is defeating the United Kingdom. And Free France has capitulated, Bulgaria has. Damn, the Italians have done 23% just because they've lost so many. I kind of wish I was using a player-led peace conference mod, because once the war room peace conference comes up, we might get shafted a little bit. And out of, like, the Bulgarians get 1/10 of the entire region conquered. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just not fair. Bulgaria, they were shit. That's not lie. They got capitulated so quickly, and although they lost 200,000 Bulgarians, we lost way more Germans. I think taking out the Dutch is probably the next best play, then sending forces down to Yugoslavia. Sending everyone's here in the north. I think pushing against the UK and leaving the Dutch there's just a mistake. We probably want to quickly finish and wrap them up quick fast. We also need to defend northern France now as well, so that's definitely something we can look into. I might actually do that now. We'll set up some garrisons. We'll try and... How many of these guys can we drop? We can actually drop a fair few of them. Especially those guys. We can allocate them to the ports. I might even just unassign this as well. And we'll make sure that we have proper, adequate naval defenses. Because the AI and allied forces love to spam out naval invasions. So we'll send you south to Yugoslavia to go help out, along with these southern French forces and forces along the Maginot line. We'll just put some basic front lines here and forward offensive ones. Did you guys even have any like forward? You just got front lines, yeah, because I was never anticipating pushing down there, but you know what? That might be the sensible play. So reallocating them further north and sending them to help out is good. Okay, so basically everything that's unassigned here, that is a infantry unit. We'll probably just send them around. We'll get them to rally up at least. Yeah, already. Ah, in the south. I was going to say, like, already they're getting ready for naval invasions. Japan declare... What? Hang on a minute. Oh, so the Netherlands has joined the United Kingdom, so that's happened. Free France? What? Oh. Right, okay, free France, right. This is Vichy. I'm freaking out. Don't worry, because I guess the French have some territory left. Okay, so they've got okay, they have like Macau or whatever this is. No, this is something else. Macau's higher up there. Okay. Anyway, we didn't even have to justify against the Dutch because we're probably just going to be called in, which is really interesting. Alright, they're now moving back. That's fine. And we're moving these garrison forces here. Okay. Non-aggression pact with Japan. Sure, we'll sign that. I wonder if we can just straight up declare war, actually. Yeah, we probably should do that once they get into effect. Okay. So that should be enough to get rid of the Dutch. We'll wait for everyone to get into position. Okay, it's time to go to every single port we have in France. We might even need to double up on some to defend it because, oh god, there's so, especially like Calais as well. They love striking that. So we'll try and move those guys there. Alrighty. We're probably nearly ready to hit the Dutch. We could even maybe go for an aggressive plan into Yugoslavia. We'll just have to see. But I want to make sure this navy stuff's done. Okay. Not enough manpower to fill the garrison. Okay. I thought I changed my priority. Yeah, I've got garrison and operations and upgrades on a different priority. Logistics-wise, we've got a hell of a lot of rifles, motorized support, tanks, medium. We can reallocate our production somewhat, I think. That should change things up, because that's been fine. Unfulfilled yeah, it's fine. It's whatever. Okay, right. So, let's push in the south. I reckon we can finish off these colonial forces here, and we shall declare war upon the Netherlands as well. Okay, let's go. We can do this now. A interesting play as Germany earlier on, which I could have done, but just due to the war, like in 1938, just changed my attention. Although we can sign those pacts, it's actually a good idea to declare war upon. It's a play if you can do it, to declare war upon the Dutch, because what you can do is you can gain their puppet, the Dutch East Indies, and rename it the German East Indies, and get a secure supply of rubber. We've nearly taken out the Netherlands already. Yeah, it's about to fall. Amsterdam and Utrecht will be ours. The Soviet Union and Finland have signed a white peace. Oh, so I guess they weren't victorious, and they haven't seceded too much territory, so maybe that's good for them. Amsterdam is about to fall. And that's it. The Netherlands has capitulated. Okay, although I gave the order for an aggressive push down in Yugoslavia, it looks like we're only winning slightly. Oh no, we're about to surround a hell of a lot of Australians there. Good. Let's get those dingo bastards. Alright. And we've got some more stuff to sign there as well. Perfect. Okay, so we still need to get the defense fleet up, and we need to start getting prepared for the invasion of Britain, because once we, it's just a lot. It's really hard fighting in Yugoslavia here. There's a lot of condensed forces. So I might be able to cut off a fair few there. We're only committing half the army down there, because we only need to capitulate the UK. We don't even need to be fighting down here that hard, but there's no harm in pushing the Allied forces out, potentially to Africa, but we'll see. I'm curious to see how this Hispanic alliance, the fascist Central and South Americans, deal with this. Okay, it seems to be a little bit back and forth. We are gaining ground in certain areas, but then not in some. I think it's just the supply further in the south is the worst. Yeah, see, it's like a little bit back and forth. We're pushing and surrounding a lot of them. Whoa, if we could push that, that's a massive encirclement there. Yeah, focus on this. I know it's risky, but it'll be worth it if we could pull it off. There's 11 Australian divisions in there. It's still... Oh, it's entirely possible. We might be able to get rid of 13 divisions there. 85 now. It's actually... Yeah, go for that now. Yes, now that they've taken that, go into that. Push. Send the tanks further back around. If we can get rid of 15... Yeah, yep. We're about to surround 10 Australian divisions. Yeah, they're gone. They're gonna... Yes, good. Things are coming and looking up for Germany. Okay, we're about to throw them out of Yugoslavia. We've killed so many there. It must have rocketed that up. It's only still 1.7. We've nearly hit 1 million now. 100,000 Aussies have lost their lives. 445 Brits. And then there's the rest there. Japan, Siam. That's kind of merged. And there's the Chinese war. Yeah, Communist China. Yeah. Alright. Okay, I have finally finished my port defense army. It's got 29 divisions holding and defending. It's actually 30 now. It's actually slightly gone up. And we'll make it orange. I kind of like it like the lifesaver color. That's what I like to do. Okay, so we have units holding every single port in France, from Belgium to the Netherlands, and further into Poland and Danzig. Okay, we're moving our main army under Erwin Rommel to the Netherlands, ready for a naval invasion. We're still continuing to push into Yugoslavia. We should have enough. 60 units should be enough to get rid of the UK. We've got a small army here once we navally invade them. So, we're still pushing into Yugoslavia. We might be able to see some more events. We can reveal this now. And how is our oppression going? 10, 9. It's not looking too bad. Good. Now that they've been moved in. Okay. So we should have some upgrades spare. We've maxed out our cryptology department. We've nearly maxed out all of it, which is really good. So we're still doing quelling resistance and getting anti-partisan support in Poland, Czechoslovakia, Belgium, and in France. Are the Dutch causing us any issue? No, not yet. 9. It's getting a little bit higher. It's rising. Okay. We have an available war goal against Luxembourg. There's something we can do down here in Luxembourg. What is it? It's this, isn't it? Yeah, no, I don't think we need to take Luxembourg. I'm not going to worry about it. I want to focus on the UK next, and in this Yugoslavia fight. Okay. 15th of June 1940, we're starting to push further into Yugoslavia. And we've surrounded another 10 Australian divisions in the north there. That's really good. We just seem to be encircling and just dominating the disorganized colonial forces there. Good, 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 good. Look at this. Another lot of Australians have been rounded up there. Okay. So they're pushing there. Ah, good. We can get the tier 3 tanks now, I believe. It's actually tier 4 now. Medium Panzer. We can bring them into effect. And we've got a new national focus as well. I think we nearly should go down to nuke tech and rocketry, I think. Yeah, let's start going down there. Ah, Gunderbar. And it's 1940, so we can go with atomic research. We can get nukes in. The earlier, the better. And now we want to go through defense apparatus. We could start spending this army experience now because we've got 500 of it, and I'm still rather quite happy with my current divisions. Anyway, guys, we've run out of time here today. Unfortunately, it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching episode 4 of my Hearts of Iron for La Resistance DLC campaign as Germany. We're going to continue our war into Yugoslavia in the next episode in Greece, and by the start of the next, my naval invasions should be ready and will push against the United Kingdom. It's the 1st of July 1940, and I'll see you guys very shortly. Once we get rid of the UK, we've got a couple of options in the campaign. We could break the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact pushing against the Soviet Union, or we could navally invade in Mexico through the help of our Hispanic alliance, and maybe push the United States. Let me know in the comments. Unfortunately, guys, it is time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comment section down below your feedback for the series, and if you'd like to see more, that's the best way to ensure more content. Leave a dislike if you're not enjoying the series. Check out my social media links if you want to stay connected with me. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all in the description below. Patreon and merchandise link in the description below, along with the Steam group. Come and join the community on Steam. And on that note, unfortunately, I have to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching once again. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Go out and have a fantastic rest of your day. My name has been Simpzy. Goodbye.